In this video, we will understand what is the concept of derivative. How can we find the slope of a curve? And what is the significance of the limit when we going to find the derivative? First, I draw my x-axis for variable x and y-axis for function of x. Now I draw a line, but here is a question: how can I find the slope of this line? For that, we have to take 2 points, like here is first point, which projection on x-axis is a, and on y-axis it would be f of a. So the coordinate of this point would be a, and f of a. Here is the function going to be f of x equals to mx plus c, where m is the slope of this line. Let us took another point which coordinates are b and f of b. So how can I find the slope of this line between these points, or more generally slope of this entire line? Now, as we know, slope equals to change in y divided by change in x. So the change in y is f of b minus f of a, so I can write delta y equals to f of b minus f of a, and delta x equals to b minus a. So the slope equals to delta y divided by delta x equals to f of b minus f of a, all divided by b minus a. If I assume that the coordinates of point A are 3 and 6 and the coordinates of the point B are 5 and 9, then the slope of this line will be delta y divided by delta x equals to 9 minus 6, divided by 5 minus 3, or I can say here the slope is delta y over delta x equals to 3 divided by 2. Now, let's find the slope of the curve. First, I draw a curve, something like y equals to x square. And I want to find slope at some point on this curve. The slope was consistent on the line and it was same on every point, but here, on the curve, slope is changing. Like here slope is negative, here is less negative, here the slope is 0, because here the tangent of this curve is y equals to 0. And here your slope starts increasing. Here your slope increasing even more. So here the slope is changing entire time. So how can I find the slope of this curve? Let us draw another curve. And I want to find the slope of the curve at this point. What can I do? But we need 2 points to find the slope. So here is my first point A, which coordinates are x and f of x. Now we take another point B which coordinates are x plus delta x and f of x plus delta x. Now I draw a line passing through both the points. But it is not looking like a tangent of this curve. So what can I do to find the slope of this curve? By the definition, slope of the curve is change in y divided by change in x or delta y divided by delta x. So the change in y or delta y equals to f of x plus delta x minus f of x, and the change in x equals to x plus delta x minus x. On simplifying this, slope of this secant line or delta y divided by delta x equals to f of x plus delta x minus f of x all divided by delta x. But, this is very important to learn, that to find the exact tangent of the curve delta x must approach to 0, because, as I reduce the delta x, and try to find the tangent of this curve, I am going much closer to find the tangent of this curve. So, let us apply the limit delta x goes to 0. Now the formula for the derivative of f or slope of this curve becomes delta x goes to 0 f of x plus delta x minus f of x all divided by delta x. Now, you must remember that the derivative is the slope of the tangent to your function.